You're watching JD's Variety Channel.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the video. I hope you're all doing well. I figured during my downtime from recovering from my dental surgery that I would do some coin tutorial videos, and I just wanted to say thanks for everyone for all your prayers and support during that. And if I sound a little bit slurred in this video, it's just because my mouth's a little swollen, so I probably have a little bit of a lisp. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of this video right away. This is the centerpiece of what I'll be talking about here. This is one of the rarest pennies that I own personally, and it is the very coveted 1909 S VDB. You can see the 1C there, which stands for 1 cent, and this one was graded by the Independent Coin Grading Company as an EF45, which is extra fine 45, which is right in between the first extra fine grade, which is 40, and almost uncirculated. So this is between an extra fine and almost uncirculated coin. And this is a beautiful piece. It has like a kind of like a silky milk chocolate color to it. Beautiful original coin that's never been cleaned. And you can see right there, let me grab my toothpick here. 1909 right there. That's the S mint mark underneath it, which stands for San Francisco. And if you turn it around, the thing that makes this coin really rare is on the reverse. You'll see right down here at the bottom of the wheat ears, it has the initials VDB, and they only put this on some of the coins in 1909, which is the first year of the Lincoln cent. And that was the designer's initials, Victor David Brenner. So you can see here on the back of this one, it has pretty much the full wheat lines on the wheat ears right in through here. Now this coin does have a little bit of tarnish on it, but that's okay. It didn't affect the grading because it wasn't altered, and unnaturally cleaned. So this is actually a really beautiful toned coin. This is an amazing piece. And actually got a really good deal on this. I bought it as a part of a large collection that I paid about $1,100 for, and this coin alone is almost worth that. So it was a really good pickup. So the reason this is rare is just because they didn't make many of the ones from San Francisco, but I'm gonna give you an idea on what all the US 1909 cents are worth. So that way, even if yours is not a 1909 SVDB, you'll still have a good idea of what the value is. So here is a 1909 that doesn't have the S mint mark. You can see under the date there's nothing there, and also on the reverse toward the bottom there is no VDB. So this coin is the most common one from 1909, and if it doesn't have a mint mark, that means it was minted in Philadelphia, unless you have a rare sort of error, but that's extremely uncommon. So 99.999% of the time, if it doesn't have a mint mark, it was made in Philadelphia. So if you have a 1909, no mint mark, no VDB on the back, in average condition, similar to this one might be worth a little bit more, but this would be about a $3 coin. And I'm just going on an average condition coin like you may find in circulation to give you these approximate values. And if you want to look up some collector's values a little more extensively to see what your pennies are worth, I recommend numismedia.com. It's numismedia.com. And if you click on the collector's price guide, it's really good for checking the value of your coin with a specific date and mint mark. The prices there are above dealer pricing, but they're not inflated like in some of the official books like the red books and that. So really good idea to get a idea of what your coin's worth sort of on the market if you were to sell it on eBay or something like that. It's a pretty good general price guide, at least give you a ballpark figure anyway. So that's the most common 1909 cent that is worth about $3. And before I go any further, this penny that I have here, slabbed like this in this condition, has a estimated fair market value at about $1,055. So, it goes to show you there's some really rare coins out there now. I would assume this one wasn't found in circulation, but you never know. It can happen. I actually know a couple people one specifically that I'm friends with that had dug one of these metal detecting in an absolutely immaculate condition. It had like a jade green patina. It was an amazing coin. So they are out there, you know, to be found. They're definitely still out there. And this, so we covered this one, which is worth about $3. This one's worth about $1,055. If you found one of these in circulation, I would assume the grade would be a little bit less because there's a ton of detail on this one. But even in the lower end range, they're about $700. So regardless of condition, it's a really good coin to find. Now, the only other two 1909 coins that there are, apart from the 1909 S VDB and the 1909, is there's also the 1909 VDB that doesn't have the S mint mark. So if you have a 1909 coin like this one, no mint mark, and it does have the VDB on the reverse, such as this coin does, then that would be worth roughly about $8. So we jump from $3 to $8 on the 1909 Philadelphia with the VDB mark on the back. They're pretty common, but like I said, worth about $8, so hey, still awesome for a penny. Now the last one is, well, I'll give you an example here. These are just a few other uncommon pennies from the teens that are worth some money. And when I bought them, these were part of that collection, and they actually had these prices marked on them, which are actually pretty darn close to market value. So whoever appraised these coins did a pretty good job. That one you can see marked $14. That's in 1914S, excuse me. Just absolutely beautiful condition. The toning on it and everything. Gorgeous coin. And then we have a 13S and a 10S, and you can see the prices on those. Now, if you have one of these 1909 coins that has the S mint mark, like on one of these pennies, you can see the S there, and it doesn't have the VDB on the back, so it would just be 1909S, and then no VDB on the back like this one, that would be worth about $90, kind of in the same condition as this penny, $90 to $100. Like I said, give or take, depending on how worn it is. So it just goes to show you out there, any coin, any US penny that you find from 1909 is worth at least a couple bucks, you know, considering it's not really damaged. So you jump from $3 to the $8 coin with the VDB, the 1909S, which jumps to about $90, and then you have the king, which is the 1909S with the VDB, and then it jumps up to between usually $700 and $1,100. But if you have one in uncirculated condition, you know, and it's kind of red in color, can be worth a lot more. So that was just to give you a little idea on what some of the 1909 pennies are worth. And there are a lot of coins from the teens with mint marks that are worth some decent money here, as you can see what's marked on these. So they're always good to keep your eyes out for those. And just to show a few bonus coins, a couple things that I would love to find metal detecting that I unfortunately haven't been able to knock off my bucket list yet. Here's a look at a beautiful 1877 Seated Liberty half dollar. Has a little nick on the rim up there, but still an absolutely beautiful coin. Now, I have found Seated Liberty dimes metal detecting, but never a quarter or a half. So I can hope one day that I can pull one of these beauties out of the ground. I would love that. And here's a look at a large cent. And if you're not familiar with US coins, or early US coins, this is how big a penny was back in the late 1700s up until this is the last date, the year they made them, before they transitioned into the Flying Eagle cents, which I did a tutorial on not too long ago. But this is an absolutely gorgeous 1856 large cent. Can you imagine carrying around a pocket full of those? Which is one of the reasons why they transitioned into a smaller penny, because this is just one whopping coin. And granted, a penny was worth a ton more back in 1856. Pennies back in those days actually bought you stuff. And I figured to close it out, we'll just show a beautiful mint state Walking Liberty half dollar. It's got most of the original luster on it. Flawless detail. You can see the D-mint mark down there on the bottom left corner. Just an absolutely stunning coin, 1841D. I have found quite a few Walking Liberty halves metal detecting. The places I look, I generally don't find coins much older than the late 1800s. So I actually do find, I usually find one or two of these a year anyway. I think one year I found 3 of them, so it's always amazing when you see one of these pop out of the hole. So there's a look at some coins, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something today. As always, take care, and thanks for watching.